Hey everybody, this is Jamie out at 7 Cents Farm. I'm glad you're with us today. So it's time to wean some piglets, and today we're going to teach you how to build a training pen here on the farm. So hang out with us. We'll go work on that, show you how we do it here on the farm, and give you a good explanation of why we do it, how we do it. Well, of course, so when you're building these little training pens, I put this one here specifically because of the shade, so they don't have to be perfect or perfectly straight or square when you're finished. I'll show you this one when we get done. Let's start right here in this corner with one post. This post right there. Let's put it about right here. Here. This one here, like that. We'll have to go get us a bag of zip ties, but that's what we'll start with in here. So this is our general shape. We'll go get some zip ties, zip tie it together, put wire on a couple of sides, and that'll be our training pen for our piglets we're getting ready to wean. So now that we're back with the zip ties, going to work on getting this kind of secured together. They work really good to hold together a pen for pigs you're weaning. If you'll help me hold that together, let me get on the inside. Guys, if you hadn't built you one of these post drivers, you need to do that. I'll link the video above on how to make one of them. They make driving these little bitty posts so simple and easy. Small bowl in the back of the buggy. Will you get it for me? Like I said before, don't get caught up on the shape. For me, that's hard not to do. I'm kind of very linear thinking, so I like things square and straight, but these are not. I had one shorter panel, and then these 16 foots, I made these just kind of curve around and fit the space. So I'm going to put 11 of those in this training pen, but this is the basic setup. Got a water barrel, I got 3 bowls so that there won't be any competition for their feeding. Tomorrow I'll come in and put electric wire on a couple of sides, maybe 3 sides, and then that'll be good for their training. And then I'll put a solar charger on it, run it out a little ways and get it out in the sun. And then they'll have training pen being here a week and a half or 2 weeks, and then they're going to go to a new paddock. got my ground, my charger, and then these posts are just to hang the wire to get it to the training pin. So we'll start out there and bring the wire back to here and hook it up. Now that'll get it outside the fence. So why do we set up a configuration like this? Why don't we take the time to put these panels up? Those silly pigs turned over my tripod. Let's try this one more time. See if we can get it done without the pigs turning it over. They're so nosy sometimes. But anyhow, the reason we do this is we put up the pig panels for a physical barrier. We all know that the electric fence is just a psychological barrier. We put them in a training pen to train them to electric, and how that works is they've got a physical barrier behind them, psychological barriers here, and you want to make sure it's about where they're rooting nose high, so about 4 to 6 inches off the ground for these piglets this size. So as they're walking up and investigating, they touch the wire, and then as they shoot, their natural instinct is to shoot forward. Without the physical barrier, they would just get out. Now with the psychological barrier here, they kind of shoot forward and bounce back, can't get out and stay into the wire. So it trains them to back up after they touch that electricity or get that shock from the wire. So this configuration works really well. I only do about half of the pin. Some people do all 4 sides of the pin. You don't have to, or you can. It's up to you, however you want to configure it. I like to do about half of it. It gives them a space that they can actually back up to. It's not like they're nervous and tense all the time in every single area. But even with half of it, they get plenty of training and plenty of understanding that this is not a good thing to get next to or touch, and it works really well. Leave them in here a week and a half to 2 weeks, and then I can take these piglets, put them in a paddock in the woods with a low wire, and really won't have any worries about whether they'll get out or not. So that's why we use this configuration. I love to listen to them talk and grunt. So I've got these to the middle here. Even if they're hit, the wire should not touch the frame over the training pin. And then we'll just move it on out. And I'll just loop it a little bit to make it kind of stay tight. Roll off a little excess and attach it to my charger. So that's all there is to do with that. And I can take this, because it's a fiberglass post, fix this here. And I can just hang this wire right here on that post. Hang that wire on that post. It's all nice and neat. Now I have my training pen set up. We'll fill their water barrel with water. We'll feed them in bowls. They're already actually eating feed now. They've been eating feed for a few weeks. They're at that 6-week mark. So we'll get them over here. We have about 4 or 5 males that we need to castrate, and then we'll get that done and send some of them to their new home and start the process of growing them out for our farm. We appreciate you watching. Please go down and subscribe to the channel. Sure would help us out. We would appreciate it. Like each video, comment for us. Let me know what you think about this training pen. Does it, is it something that would help you out? As always, guys, thanks for watching. We'll do it all again tomorrow.